Dean of the College of Education at Caraga State University, Butuan City, Philippines, and currently holds the position of Associate Professor for, and hopefully, in God's um, blessing, because we had a chat earlier, he was in CHED Manila for his promotion as full Professor 3. Am I right po, Dr. Anada? Yes. Um, he is also an active member of several professional organizations, including the Philippine Association for Teachers and Educators, Council of Deans in Teacher Education of Caraga, Council of Graduate School Deans of Caraga, and Philippine Association of Researchers and Statistical Software, or PARSU. He is an outstanding and dedicated educator, and his contributions to the field of education have been widely recognized, as evidenced by the numerous prestigious awards he has received. These include Outstanding Faculty of the Year 2012, the Most Outstanding MSU-IIT Alumni in the Field of Education in 2013, Bayaning Guro in 2013, Special Presidential Citation for Excellence in Teaching in year 2019, and also Presidential Award for Teaching Excellence in 2020. And another one, Presidential Award for Excellence in Leadership and Management, and several research publication awards in international journals. Our resource speaker is has an exceptional achievements which serve as a testament to his unwavering commitment to advancing the field of education and empowering future generations through knowledge and skills acquisition. I am glad that you accept this invitation po, Dr. Arnado, for this event. Um, he is one he is one of my, I think I know, he is one dili gani man. He is our he is our when I was a graduate student in Caraga State University, no, he is our professor in Advanced Educational Statistics 1, 2, and 3. Statistics is there. I am proudly to present to you
Madyaw, nahapon. May hapon ka na tong tanan. Good afternoon, everyone. According to them, this time of this time actually 1 to 2. Holy hour, sleeping hours. And hopefully, walay matulog sa inyo tanan. No? Okay, I would like to start with thank you so much, Sir Ray. Sir Ray, of course, Ma'am Rene and Ma'am Fe. Thank you so much for the invitation. Actually, this is the first time that we met, no, face to face by Ma'am Fe and Ma'am Rene. No, thank you so much. Last time during pandemic, they were invited me. I guess during that time of still in graduate school and faculty also research presentation virtual and also uh, as peer reviewer of the PNU Mindanao uh, journal. Okay, congratulations in advance on that particular endeavors. No, help me free to reach that professor tree. uh, I just arrived actually last night. Okay. Supposedly up to today ang among travel. So I only go just because of the invitation uh, of Sir Ray and the PNU Mindanao. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Uh, the only problem that I've had ever since I've been invited to share, to talk about research, to talk about statistics is the time. I used to talk 3 days straight. But it's good to hear that you have only 1 hour with me. Okay. You know what? This is very simple. Before I will start with that one, I know that some of you or most of you, I guess, here, I heard that there's undergrad, masters, and doctorate leading to doctorate degree programs. Okay? So, um, maybe we cannot forget on this out of this from me. No. Take note that you cannot be called a doctor or even a master if you do not know how to simplify difficult things. Atong bisayon. Kay ma-apply gid ninyo sa inyong respective classrooms. Dili ka pwede tawagag doctor or master teacher if you kung dili ka kahibalo mo pasayon sa lisod nga mga butang. Okay? So, I would expect that with this, no, topic assigned to me, the mixed methods research in practice, no, hopefully mapasayon na ni siya sa inyo. Okay. Sometimes good it could lead us to confusion or difficulty if we keep on saying that this subject is difficult. Sometimes di pagani ta kay balo musulti na sa tong vernacular. If you do give notice, no, ako gusto jud ko mo sulti mas ma-internalize gina siya, especially at this hour. Kung sige tatad niya dito ta baka pakatag English na pakataka ta po na matulog gina imong mga audience diha. I know. And also including the online, especially online, di na to makita. Right? Okay. So, to start with, have you heard about mixed methods research design makes your life miserable? Yeah. This is very common thing. I heard this so many times, not only in during the final defense, the proposal defense. Yeah. There's one panel member of consistent gid na siya basta invite ko na siya. You know what? Your research design is very miserable. You make your life miserable on that mixed methods. Why not quanti? Why not quali? You choose one, which is which. But I- I'll tell you, even in during the even my advices now in undergrad, leading towards BS Math or even other specialization, I encourage them uh, to use this research design, the mixed methods. In short, sayon regidnisya. Especially, especially, you are done with quanti, right? For these 2 days, this is the last day, am I right? You're done with quali also. I'm done. Because mixed methods is the combination or of the quali and quanti. So I suppose that you have already the idea of how to do with quanti and how to do with quali. Take note during my undergrad years, it's all about quanti. My master's, quanti. But during my PhD, my advisor is a mathematics teacher. But she said, Vic, your undergrad and your master's are quanti. Now, why not try mixed methods? Then I tried. That is why my PhD dissertation is mixed methods. So na-publish na ko twice. Yeah, the quanti part and the quali part. Yeah. Oh, see? Mm. In this, I don't know if what format followed by PNU, but in CSU, still katapangkaraan, but we are trying to propose to use what the MSUIT is using now, that every chapter pwede na siya ma-publish independently. It depends on how many are your research questions. So per research question, na siya chapter, which na po siya abstract, na po siya introduction. So you can publish the whole chapter as one publication. So kung nakalima, di nakalima ka publication. Yeah, that's actually because my wife just graduated there last last 2023 July. Yeah. So yung na ila research kay BS Ed Filipino man siya. Sa MSUIT. Okay. So much for that. The contents of my presentation. The mixed methods research design. I guess this is not really updated. No, sige lang. Then mixed methods research question examples. The fixed and the emergent mixed methods designs, the timing and qualitative strands, prototypes of mixed methods research design, the mixed methods in practice, the sample research question. So embedded na actually per sample design or the type of mixed method design. So let's start with what is really mixed methods research design. Okay. It's a research approach that combines both qualitative and quantitative research methods within a single study. That is why pwede na kong mundang. Kaya man naman mo quanti, man mo quali. I-combine lang to, done. But the question is how? Okay? How? So next please. Okay. According to Creswell and Clark 2003, okay, this is mixed methods research design. The quantitative strand, the state the quantitative question and collect quantitative data, analyze quantitative data, and interpret quantitative results. Two, next is qualitative strand, state qualitative question and collect qualitative data, analyze qualitative data, and interpret qualitative results. Then the overall interpretation. That's according to him. But this is now, uh, yeah, next. Expound, no? So this is often used in the behavioral health and social sciences, especially in multidisciplinary settings and complex situational or societal research. So I guess most of you here belongs to the social sciences, na ba? Mathematics, na ba yung mga math majors diri? Na. Then we do have also art, social sciences, but I guess majority, no? Okay. So there are different types of mixed methods research design. The differences between them relate to the aim of the research, the timing of the data collection, and the importance given to each data type. So what we are going to learn, what we have to learn this afternoon is to introduce to you, okay, next sir. But before that, I would like to introduce first the what you should keep in mind when you say mixed method study. So your approach, your questions, the kind of data is already available for you to use, and the kind of data you're able to collect yourself. Sige. Ato na din ta sa and but why is it that why do researchers use mixed methods? As I have said earlier, uh, mixed methods research designs makes your life miserable, but hopefully you take that away. Dili gid may miserable inyong life, but you would say that you would realize this afternoon that there's a limitation when you say quantitative research. May limitation po sa qualitative research. You know already the biases. When you say quantitative, it depends only how you formulate your questionnaire. But your questionnaire is limited only, especially if it's not open-ended, so limited only to those indicators that you have stated on each indicator, each statement. Okay? Next. Several common reasons why use mixed methods. First, the generalizability. Qualitative research usually has a smaller sample size. You can do quali from your previous topic. You can do quali, tas masas, pwede rin gani duha, pwede lima. Depende sa imong approach to that particular study. And that is not, of course, generalizable. In mixed methods research, this comparative weakness is mitigated by the comparative strength of large and externally valid quantitative research, the follow-up. Okay. Then also, another reason is contextualization. Mixing methods allows you to put findings in context and add richer detail to your conclusions. So using qualitative data to illustrate quantitative findings can help put meat on the bones of your analysis. You know what? When you say I've done so many free. Yeah. Uh, I offered in Caracas State University. I offered free uh, s- interpretation and discussion of the data and also the statistics. But the policy of the university, there's a existing policy of the university. Naman ni kontrahan ko di online naman ni. Oh, yeah. Policy is for masters is 5,000, 10,000 for doctorate degree. But I offered no, especially kung to the so my students. There was a time when I was in Cebu, so kay kung wife na kung wife daw. When I was in Iligan Magod, I used to help, no, especially on the part of statistics. Why? Because most of the students, per observation, they do masters and even doctorate degree, mo stop yun. Oh, iniguman og kumpre, pasar na result, mo stop na. Number one reason sa DepEd kay promotion, oh, nagamit, nag-promotion. Yeah, stop na. Unsay reason? Most of that is mugastog stat, lisod ang mag-stat, lisod ang mag-defend, especially ang question dito sa stat. Yes. Okay. That's the very common questions and the very common problem. Why is it that only few will continue or pursue masters and even in doctorate degree? So to motivate them, continue good, sayang. Just like you, continue. There are lots of opportunities nga pwede nimo ma-help. Just like this type of, I really commend, no, the initiative of PNU Mindanao of having this kind of uh, endeavor leading towards coming up of your paper. I guess that's the output of this seminar. No, I really commend, no, especially to the former students, Sir Ray, and of course, Ma'am Rene and Ma'am Fe. No, okay, and of course to the head. My friend actually si Ma'am Abria, we were partners for how many occasions during ARQUAT, even the national ARQUAT, no, national visit of Minskat and even in Iloilo, under application of universityhood. So magkauban yun, magka-partner, mga partner ang matawag ni Ma'am Adeline. Okay. So much for that, no? Okay, so now, another, credibility. Using different methods to collect data on the same subject can make your results more credible. Okay? If the qualitative and quantitative data converge, this strengthens the validity of your conclusions. And this process is called triangulation. Okay. Triangulation, let us see. Wala yan ako nabutang. Hindi lagi mo updated mo. Sorry. Sige lang, sige lang, it's okay, no problem. Okay. So, a triangulation, this is a method actually, gitawag siya triangulation, quanti, quali, then you can reach the conclusion. Muna siya. Okay? In qualitative research, this is very common in qualitative, no? Because when you have when you are already conducted your we have conducted your interview, na theme dito, thematic analysis, then ibalik nimo ang imuhang result dito sa imong participants. Okay? Why? Just to verify if that's really the meaning of what they have said, what they have gathered or information gathered from them. Okay, that's purely in qualitative, that's the triangulation. Then we can have focus group discussion. Okay, so this is a sample of, I'll just give you one first. Example of mixed methods research question. Kanang gitawag nato sa atong format of statement of the problem. Sometimes you might be confused. What's really the research question and what is that statement of the problem? Right? So hopefully during your quantitative, you have already the idea on how are you going to construct SOP or statement of the problem. Simple lang na siya. I would like to share, if I may. I would like to share 3 steps on how are you going to construct your statement of the problem. Assuming that you have already a problem. That's the big question. Actually, dali na lang kayong problem karon. Oh. My students in research in CSU, alam na gina, okay, just give me three keywords nga gusto nimo studyhan. Ay nanandaghan. During my PhD, during my master's, akong advisor, okay, give me a propose five problems. Ako na butang ka five. Wala di akong napilian. Ngita na po kag another five. That's the truth. Yeah, even my PhD. Oh, wala, lista. But now, mag-advisor ko dili. My advices, I have now 3 advices in ADD and 9 or 11 in PhD Math Ed. Bagan kayo, sir. Isa ka mait. Lisod mo balibaran. Dili, ang allowed ra ba sa CSU is only 5 according to the policy. So, deviate po tas policy yan eh. Now, just give it 3 keywords nga gusto nimong studyhan. Ana ra na siya. Then I will formulate problem. Title that could possibly be ma-publish na sa Scopus Journal. Alam mga hatag mo na ko karon. Right, that's mana ana ra na siya no. Keywords then i-formulate na to na siya. Wala na nang mga katong old types nga ibutang pa dito ang address sa title. Wala na. The shorter the better karon ang title. Mana sa guidelines, some guidelines of the na sa Sir Podrio, more man yang talk later sa publication. Okay? So formulate. Then okay, ano din na siya. If you already have the problem, kung quantity, CC. Ano na? What? So what? Now what? What? So what? Now what? Actually, that's the oldest process. Wala lang kayo na i-reveal sa uban. Yan na na kasayon. Unsa man ang what? Kana ba sa basic research undergrad nato, when we are asked to, okay, what would be your first statement of the problem? Mag-start ka what? Oh, what is the demographic profile? Kinaraan na kayo, pero di na kayo na publishable karon ha? To what extent na lang para medyo to what extent to the level of performance of the participants in terms of that's first one. The second what, pwede po kami yung what is the performance of the students in mathematics. For example, in that particular grade, math ang example. Sample lang na ha, duha ka what. Ang what akong i-mean, it could be 1, 2, or 3. But the shorter nga mga SOPs mo mas okay, especially kung quali, pwede rin yung tulo o duha ka questions sa what. Pero quantity, what gina siya, especially if you want to apply also what you have learned from inferential stat. Which part is the inferential stat that can be applied sa SOP? Dito na sa so what? Ibangga na din to nimo. Ay na po nang sumo na kay sa tanan hang is there a significant relationship? Is there a significant difference? Is there a significant influence? Ano po ka na siya? Na ano po another way of saying that kind of but the same. No, the same. So what na siya? Di ba? Kung may kag is there a significant difference, mingon naman din kag kung normal ang imuhang data, normally distributed ang data, so you can use t-test, you can use ANOVA, di ba? Yan naman na siya. Is there a significant relationship? Kung normal imong data, you can use person R. Basta satisfy tanan ang mga guidelines sa nga tool. Kaya otherwise, naman na siya corresponding tool kung non-parametric siya o dili normal. Di ba? Naman na siya corresponding. Muna imong so what? Ang now what nimo expected output. Muna na siya imong i-release sa community. Your research should be relayed or translated or to the community. The main purpose of research actually is to generate new information or new ideas or new knowledge or new theory if hired in PhD. That's the main purpose of that. Okay, Kung ang most of the undergrad and master's thesis actually is CDA na siya, confirmatory data analysis. Meaning to say there is existing theory, then you are going to verify or prove the theory. But here in the Philippines, here in the Philippines, most of the theories are proven. Nakita ninyo? Napagalit yung theory nga gina-adapt pa sa 1960s, 1950s. So, ito, wala na itong mga bago nga mga theory. Yes, that's the reason why nga sa atong masters o sa atong undergrad, confirmatory na siya halos. No? So, kasagaraan, hopefully, maka-apply na diha, even sa master's level or even I practice this in undergrad, exploratory. No? Okay, you have to generate new theory if possible. Okay, that's the dissertation one. Okay, so this is the first example. No? What, so what, now what, ha? What is the relationship between teachers' candidates' performance on standardized assessments? That's the quantity part. Under reflective teaching a practice is the qualitative part during the pre-service training. This is just an example. Okay? How do students' perception of their school environment, the qualitative, relate to differences in test scores, the quantitative? That's why mix. Pero di na ibutang ninyo sa actual SOP ha, nga naay quanti o quali nga words. That's the reason why gi-color na nako siya o gi-italize. Another one, how does the integration of technology, the quantitative part, impact teacher perception and classroom practices no, in a teacher education program? Then how do teacher educators' pedagogical beliefs align with the effectiveness of a specific instructional strategy in preparing teachers for diverse classroom environments? Okay, so those are just samples. But okay, another sample. To what extent do the perceptions of mentoring support influence? Kung may kag word nga influence, okay, sa quantitative nga part, what is the appropriate statistical tool to be used? Sa quanti. That's regression. Okay, that's kuha naman na siya. What variable predicts nga mo na mahitabo sa other variable? That's regression. You cannot do regression if your data is not normally distributed. Okay? Take note for that. And professional identity, the qualitative part of novice teachers in postgraduate teacher education program. This is all related to education. So what are the effects of blended learning approach, the quanti, on the development of pre-service teachers' practical skills and reflective capacities in a teacher preparation program? I guess mo yung mo diya, ay, nanak ko yung mga statement to the problem, kananyan akong studihan. You can generate title out of those examples actually. No. Okay, so how about the fix and versus? I would like to elaborate later because I'm going to introduce to you the type of mixed methods research. But the next content is fixed versus emergent. What is fixed and what is emergent? So when I say fixed methods design, the use of quantitative and qualitative methods is predetermined and planned at the start of the research process. And the procedures are implemented as planned. So all you have to do is create a plan. Kumbaga sa movie pa na nagi kay script. Sa ibigid imong buhaton. Muna siya ang fix. How about emergent? Emergent mixed methods designs. The use of mixed methods arises due to issues that develop during the process of conducting the research. Okay? Usually, emergent ang mahitabo because there might be a possibility that you can find another issue during the actual conduct of your research. That's emergent. Okay. Okay, these are the prototypes of mixed methods research design, but I would like to discuss only the first three, because due to time constraint, because this is the very common one. The first one is the convergent parallel design. Next is the explanatory sequential design, and the next one is the exploratory sequential design. Then we still have two here. Next, sir. The three rather. The embedded design, the transformative design, and the multi-phase design. So this, if you are going to discuss all of these, actually it will take days. Kung atog yung internalize umayo kay per prototype, dapat na jud kay unsa gibuhaton nimo? Unsa gibuhaton nimo? You should be guided. Okay? Anyway, naaman na sa slide to be given to you later. Okay, let's start with the convergent parallel design. If you could notice, no? Convergent, parihara og treatment ang quali o quanti. Tama. Then, compare or relate.
Ah,
Ayan direction. Then, interpretation. Converge the two, you are going to do the quanti, the data collection and the interpretation and the discussion. You're going to do the qualitative data, data collection and analysis, then compare the two, then come up with the interpretation. So how are you going to do this? Next. Okay. Take note that the type of mixed methods, this convergent parallel design, no? Abi pa lang sayop siya. Ilang sa this ko na siya sa formatting. A type of mixed methods research design where researchers collect and analyze both qualitative and quantitative data independently. Are you with me? Independently. So meaning to say, you have identified data to be collected sa quanti, then you have formulated your guide for your qualitative. So separately, imo to siya i-collect, then i-analyze. Okay? And then compare the results to draw overall conclusions. So here's an example. How does the implementation of, this is a research question or statement of the problem, one of the stated problems to be answered. Okay? How does the implementation of technology-based learning platform impact students' academic performance and their engagement in high school mathematics course? If you could notice, also may variable ni mo diri. Anybody? Okay. So there's a certain indicator for the implementation of a technology base. It could be what? Quanti. Okay. Then the level of engagement in high school mathematics course. So next slide, sir, para makita na to. Okay, this is what we are going to do. Naaragya po ang question diha para dili ta mawala. To that side. Method, administer a structured survey. This is the quantitative component. This is what we are going to do quantitatively. Administer a structured survey to students enrolled in mathematics course that assesses their perceived engagement with the technology-based learning platform. So meaning to say, unsa may quanti nimo dito? Okay? Again, survey. Have you seen a survey questionnaire? Of course. Okay? But it looks like. So, pwede siya Likert scaling. It depends if we are going to ask the level of engagement or the perceived engagement with the technology-based platform. So, that's the quantitative part. Then how are you going to use analyze the data? So use quantitative methods to analyze survey responses, calculate descriptive stats. Of course, mag-start yung sa mean. No? If your survey questionnaire, you're asking your participants to rate this indicator 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like for example, strongly agree, neither agree or disagree, disagree, strongly disagree. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So meaning to say, nadyo kay descriptive part diha and that is mean ang imong gamiton, no? Okay. And identify any correlations. After testing if your data is normal, why is it that I keep on saying dapat normal gid siya before ka makagamit sa kan? You have to maybe you have earlier nakahimo ba mo did the normality test of the data? Yeah, using what software or Jamovie or sama or Jamovie or SPSS or JASP, okay? Depende pare-parehara na sila. So if you have tested your data that it is normal, then you can use correlation. So between technology usage, engagement levels, and academic performance. That's the quantitative part. Okay? So next, in answering this question, next, qualitative component. Method, conduct in-depth interviews with a subset of students who participated in the survey. Okay, katuning participate atong survey. Kuha ninyo? To explore their experiences with the technology-based learning platform in more detail. So additionally, observe classroom sessions where the technology is being used. So you have separate guide of this. How are you going to take note your observation, of course, in the qualitative part? Then use qualitative the data analysis, use qualitative methods such as thematic analysis to identify common themes, the challenges and positive aspects emerging from the interviews and observations. So this is actually the procedure in conducting the uh, qualitative part of this research question. Okay. Next, then the integration. That is why mix. Comparison. Okay. Take note that convergent parallel design is comparison. The keyword is you are going to compare the result of the quantitative component and the qualitative component. So, after analyzing both sets of data independently, compare the quantitative findings, the survey results, with the qualitative insights, the interview themes. So, look for patterns of convergence or divergence to draw comprehensive conclusions. Okay? Yan na kanais ang mixed methods. Okay? Take note, kung yung kag quantity, then kung na limitation ang quantity, adto ka sa quality to support what you have found sa quantitative component part of your study. Okay? Then interpretation. Use the qualitative data to explain or provide context for any unexpected quantitative results and vice versa. Nakuha ninyo? Okay, that's the how are we going to do with, again, what is that? The convergent parallel design. That is, kung mayroon ka nga, dili kay common, no? Mayroon ka, what's the research, your research design? Mayroon naman dito, generally, mayroon ka mixed methods, but you have to be specific. What prototype of mixed methods did you use? Convergent parallel research design.
Is it necessary, or shall we say, if I formulate my quantitative research questions, and then I will parallel my qualitative research questions to that quantitative, and then I converge later on for example for that's the term, sir.
Yes, corroboration. Yeah.
Okay.
Interested na kasi sir, grabe. Okay. Wala mong good time mixed method sa inyo, no? Wala. Purely quanti ang tulog ka stat na mo. Okay. So, muna na siya, no? Convergent parallel design. Okay. So, in this case, kung ako yung reviewer sa imuhang paper, makita na ko, unique ni siya nga design. Diba? It's not limited only to quantity. Usually karon sa mga publications, puro ra correlations. Usually correlations is not no longer catchy, no, in Scopus publication. Di na kaayo gina siya, no? Okay? Karon ang mixed methods good, quali and quanti. Okay. So how to conduct sampling, but you might ask this question. How to conduct sampling in mixed methods research? Napo na siya guidelines. Kay dili po to tanan nga gigamit nimo to sa quanti, mo pa yung gamiton sa quali, kaluoy nimo. Ayaw tanan. Limang ka magkanda kag interview nya na kay 500 ka participants imong quanti. Ipa-answer nimo sa imong survey based on the Cochrane's formula pag-determine sa imong sampling. Da katuputanan imong interviewon. Mo na sir, miserable gid imong life sir. Okay. Napo na siya guidelines. Okay. For quantitative component, use a probability sampling technique or random sampling to ensure that your sample is representative of the larger population. That's normal. No? Wag problema kay igor man ka mag-collect. Yan na Google Forms karon so dali na lang. Kaya pag-asa pa na lapit na yung mga participants. Okay, actually we have now a current collaboration or research collaboration with University of San Carlos. Uh, mga kauban ako na sila sa Canada way back in 2018 nag-collaborate me. So led by University of San Carlos, Caraga State University, all over the Philippines. Our data to be gathered all over the Philippines. So nga na amo ang kuan for this year. Grabe ka bugat kayo. Actually ang focus ana is on the implementation of the 18 units kana makatake og let. Uh, have you noticed that there was the emergent no release of PRC uh, that the Hutok 18 units can no longer take the PRC board. Na napoy release karon sa said that it was suspended. No, the PRC it was suspended because it needs further study. Wala bang study to support? Wala gani nag-collaborate si Chad og si si PRC. Oh yeah. The PSG of Chad for long pila na how many years ago 30 to 36 units or 30. Oh. But sa PRC, kung ma-apply ka dito, only 18 units na ilang tanawon. Makatake na og board. Di ba? So walay kuan. So this time, I asked actually from the PNU no, itong Dr. Bilbao sa National as a technical panel of teacher education program na siya. At tubag ra niya sa ko twice. Na I asked when I was in Davao, I asked when we met in Cebu, ang yari kayo tabag sa ako, you have to amend the law. So this is now the result. We have research collaboration to be presented to the legislator para mahimo siyang law. Okay. So, then select the participants who follow fashion brands. Like we have this question. Wala ni siya ma-relate. Wala ma-connect ang akong kuan. Sige lang, sige lang. Ano siya? The problem, ang isa ka problem ko ni it's not all about the social media platforms pero ako na send sa imo na sayop siguro. Sige lang. This can be done through research, surveys distributed online or in person. Kani siya nga example, it's all about fashion brands or social media platforms, no? So how are you going to select your participants? Okay, use probability sampling technique. Okay. The next for quali, dili gito tanan. Limang ka nga ang study ani is about all about social media platforms dili to nga question dito. Purposefully select a subset of participants from the larger quantitative sample for the qualitative component. This can involve using a criterion based or snowball sampling approach. Okay. So identify, of course, you have to identify participants who exhibit interesting patterns on variation in their quantitative responses. So you have already the results sa quantitative survey, tanawan nimo dito. Okay, obviously, when we do data gathering in the quantitative part, as a researcher, you have to be one pod no sa mga responses sa mga participants kung seryoso ba nila gi-answer o dili. Kinaagi uban nga mga responses sa survey nimo hatong hayes mo pilinginan tanan kapuya nagbasa ang uban i-3 pa gyud ato dito sa neither agree nor disagree. Oh. You have to be kuan ana bitong abtik ka mo tan-aw ana nga mga possible. Ayon na siya kuha nga himuon nimong participant sa imong quali. Of course you cannot get the rightful information or data from them. Okay? So, next, design the explanatory sequential design. Okay? So, if you could notice, ganina, level. Mara gitawa siya parallel. Have you noticed that? Gaana ra sila ang quanti o quali. Na sila diri nga side. Ang nasa tunga ato, can you still remember? Ay mo kabala ka kay pwede ihatag lagi na ko ning slide. Katong right nga slide akong oh, compare or relate the two. Then interpretation. Here, first you should do the quantitative data collection and analysis. Ganina, pwede dunganon. Nakuha ninyo? Pwede mo i-revise. Parallel man siya. But do it independently. Ang keyword again sa convergent parallel design is do it independently. In this design, dapat unahon ang quantitative data collection analysis. Then what? You should follow up it with qualitative data collection and analysis. Then, interpretation. How are you going to do this? Next, sir. Thank you. Now, a mixed method, let us first define. A mixed methods research design involves collecting and analyzing quantitative data first, followed by the collection or analysis of qualitative data. The goal is to use qualitative data to help explain or elaborate on quantitative findings. Nakuha ninyo? Quantisa, dayon paluapig quali, then i-support dito sa quanti ang imo na found out sa quali. Okay. Mo ni ang question supposedly ganina, how do social media marketing strategies impact consumer perceptions and purchasing behavior in the fashion industry? This is very much familiar, right? Again, how do social media marketing strategies mo trending ba na ron? Kanang mga TikTok nganong ma-convince magkagpalit. No, akong wife ana kita gani TikTok dito nagkaon o katong kanang bitong gipagahi nga mga okra, talong, kalabasa. Perti man din ang mahala, order na yun. Hmm. So nakaka-catch siya sa attention sa viewers. Naka-order man ka. Ako gani wa siguro lagi ko kabalo nga la Shopee man dai ni na-click na nako ana na order na. Nagpusot-pusot ang Shopee abot because of the social media platform. Okay? Daghan kita ana. Pero I'm not saying a victim ta ana. Okay? That's marketing strategy. That's the reason why kung daghan kag followers, daghan kag viewers, daghan kaayong advertisement ang imuhang video. Okay? So, mana to, sir? Wala pa, sir. Okay. Mana, impact consumer perceptions. So, ilang perception on that particular strategy sa social media. And purchasing behavior in the fashion industry. So, mana to, no? Ang ilahang behavior, purchasing behavior, nga nakapalit gid ka, ng tinta jud kag palit, tuplok dito. Then, ang ilahang, duha ka variables, no? Ang ilahang marketing strategies. Okay. Next. So, the quantitative phase. Start with a focused research question that can be addressed quantitatively. So, what is the impact of social media marketing strategies on consumer purchasing behavior in the fashion industry? Pwede na siya i-revise ni mo nga to. Pwede po itong how. Sampling and data collection. Use a quantitative approach to collect data from a larger sample of participants. Have you noticed that you're asked to take your time to take a survey in a social media or even kanang mga apps? Have you experienced that? Many times I know, many times na kan bitong sa Shopee, for example, mag-order ka. Mga business like survey. Pila ka stars? Oh, data na. That's actual data actually. That's actually in business, kasagaraan yun nga ginagamit sa kuan is kanang mga survey, no? Automatic na siya. Mao pa na ginagamit sa CSU karon kanang bitaw sa client satisfaction. Kay kanang ana mo na siyang mahitabo. Katong sa old way pa ka mogamit og kanang client satisfaction survey, it will take time. Imagine nimo na naibisita diha di pasiro nimo taas kay nga papel. Aya pa siya pagawso nimo. Ang uban na dili na. No, am I obliged to do that? Wala na. pwede ra jud ka dito maghimo dito app sa imong cellphone nga, "Oh, ma'am, pwede ka ani pila lang ka seconds." Pag mayon gani ka sa survey, like for example, when your experience when you were doing your masters or in your even your undergrad, yung data gathering ninyo, di ba? Ma'am, 15 minutes na ni ansiran. Gaguol na ka. May na lang to i-browse sa Facebook. Ang 15 minutes. Tinood na siya. But it will take seconds ra gani na siya. Click, click, click ra ka. Oh, dali ra. So, technique na on how are you going to gather data, especially in the Google Forms. Ayaw gyud pud sa Google. Ang problema ra man gyud sa kung ano, kung mag-Google Forms ka, problema ra gyud ang quali. Kaya mo answer gyud sila. Mas ang technique nako sa una when I was doing my dissertation, kaya ang mga participants nako, president, vice president, registrar, VPs ug deans, faculty, 10 ka buok per institution. I conducted it sa Bohol and Cebu. Mm. Just imagine that. How are you going to gather that data, those data that you have to gather, to be gathered, no? The necessary data in mixed methods. Wala ko ga send og that's informal, no? Di ako ra po to nga technique habang sigsunon po na ninyo. I know Bohol is lagi dito kis taga Bohol ri, grabing hospitality sa Bohol, di ba? O adto kag Bohol, grabe na sila mo entertain, grabe nagdi ka taga diha, o grabe gid sila hospitality. So I brought with me the letter of permission to conduct study on that particular institution, local college, Buena Vista and Trinidad, nga local college in Bohol. So bisita ka from Cebu. I was in Cebu before. Uh, of course, grabe sila mo entertain. Di bisita from Cebu. Ato ka sa president's office, gipakaon ka. Of course, wala kakapasnak sila na ipasnak nimo. Oh, pag umagkaon ka, well ka kaon ana mo tanam na, sir, unsa day tuyo nimo? Ma'am, gadala ko ani ma'am mananghi. So, ana siya technique ra. So, gabi ba sila tawag din ang deans, tawag ang VPs, focus group interview, then focus group discussion done that particular school. That's you have to strategize when you gather data. Kay diha ang challenging sa pag-gather og data. In research, diha gid ang not the formulation of problem, not the formulation of SOP, not the literatures, kinana kananadaan, but the actual data gathering is very challenging because you will be meeting different types of attitudes, di ba? Lain-lain nga mga klase sa mga tao. So, timingon gini mo. You have to strategize everything. Okay? When you do the data gathering. Now, to continue, sampling and data collection use a quantitative approach to collect data from larger sample of participants. Then data analysis analyze the quantitative data using statistical techniques to draw conclusions and identify patterns. Sa sampling man god, there are two no napamantong kang katong kang kuan Cochrane's mga usually ginagamit aron kana naman sa online god Cochrane's formula in determining the number of samples. O naputong isa nawa sa akong mind isa. Naputo siya. Napagitong isa katong karaan. Clovis. Sloven's formula, mga karaan. Pero usually, ang ginagamit karon ang pinaka-common ka na yung Cochrane's kinara, dali ra. Hindi na ka mag-formula. Automatic na ma-generate sa online ang imuhang pagkuha og samples. Okay, next. How about the qualitative phase? Next. Okay. Once the quantitative analysis is complete, use qualitative methods to explore and explain the quantitative findings in more depth. Imo ginang ipalawong. Then sampling and data collection purposefully select a subset of participants from the quantitative sample for data, qualitative data collection. This ensures a more targeted exploration of specific patterns or variations or variations identified in the quantitative phase. Okay? So dapat update jud ka magkuano kay usually magod in inputting your data sa Excel file kay mas okay magud ikon mo sa Excel file imo ang quantitative data dapat abti ka pag input. Tan-aw nimo didto nga kani seryoso ni nga ga answer sa imong questionnaire. Kinaagi dili seryoso nga nag-answer sa imong survey questionnaire. So sila bugid imong target. You have to identify who will be your target participants sa qualitative phase. Then data analysis analyze the qualitative data using qualitative analysis methods. So it could be thematic yapon to identify themes, patterns, and additional insights. Ang pinaka-common we say mixed methods is ang thematic analysis. Mga pinaka-common. Okay? Then integration of results. Okay? Still you can compare, no? Even if this is explanatory, the results from the qualitative phases, so look for areas of convergence or divergence between the two sets of findings. Ganina, convergence naman to, this time, you have to consider also the divergence between the two sets of findings. Then triangulation, use the qualitative data to corroborate or provide additional perspectives on the quantitative results, enhancing the overall validity and reliability of the study. If you could notice, bisang pag parallel na siya, bisang pag explanatory o next is exploratory, you still have to consider again the quantity and the qualitative. Okay, combination man gid siya. Okay? Then, explanation. Use qualitative insights to explain or provide context for unexpected quantitative findings, adding depth to the interpretation of the results. Okay. So, in qualitative part, Manggod, there are, or nagi possible, no? There are so many possible insights imong makuha through interview. Aside from the indicators you use sa imuhang survey questionnaire sa quantitative part, dapat yung kayo makita. Kaya ma-in-depth pa nimo. Okay? Next. Okay. This is an example of social media marketing and consumer behavior. Our object engagement matrix, likes, shares, comments, mga likes, shares, and comments. And consumer purchasing behavior in the fashion industry. Tanaw na tong comments bi kung nindot ba. Tanaw na to bi pila ka book ka likes ani. Pila ka book ka share ani nga product. Di ba? Okay. Ang method, administer a survey to a large sample of social media users who follow fashion brands. Mari problema aron. Limited na social media users pati daghana. So, it depends on how, depende na sa imong scope and limitation po sa imong study. So, kung yung karaga, you have to identify. Define lang nimo. So, the data analysis use statistical techniques to analyze correlations between social media and engagement metrics and reported purchasing behavior. Okay? So, in this case, di ka pwede nga mayong nabay significant difference in bangga-bangga nimo. Tanaw na mo how strong is the relationship between the two variables. But you cannot take note, careful po ka sa imuhang kuan. Kung we do correlations, kung sa kwanting apart, dili ka pwede nga na cause and effect. Di ka pwede mo ingon nga, iyang media engagement, mao ni siya ang effect niya, maupod ni siya. No, kung yung correlation, tanaw lang nimo how strong is the linear relationship. Okay. Next. Same problem. Okay. Mura ni balik. Amo na day, no? Explore the reasons behind the observed patterns in social media engagement. Purposefully select. Amo na. Amo na siya. Okay. Yeah. Kana na, kato lang next, sir. Kato lang next. Okay. So, muna na siya tanan nga, no? So, qualitative part, muna ni siya ang kuan. Muna man ganina. Okay. Compare quantitative findings on engagement and purchasing behavior with qualitative insights, then explain, no? Use qualitative, mana gyapon. Same ra gyapon ang procedure gyapon when we say, uh, sa explanatory research design, you have to compare gyapon ang duha. Okay? Kato lang, independent, diri, gauna gid ang quanti. Sa next ani, maguna ang quali. I would suggest, if you would do research in mixed methods, mas mayo ang last. Kanang exploratory ang next, sir. Yan. Qualitative data collection and analysis. Why? Because when you see, generally speaking, man, when you see qualitative is more exploratory. Okay? Kaya mag-gather sa kag data sa interview ba? Then, builds to quantitative. Aya pa nimo imuhang i-build ang imuhang survey questionnaire sa quanti. Kaya niyo? Kaya kung muna dito sa quanti, malimit gyapon to siya. Imo ra mang i-verify dito sa imong quali. Pagbangga nimo dito, nakulang man din akong quanti. But still, okay ra gyapon ang explanatory. The explanatory siya because construct ka survey questionnaire for your quanti, but you have to align it with bari lang yan po ka dito sa imuhang mag-gather nga data sa quali. But unlike sa exploratory, gi-explore sa nimo daan. Masayon siya na no? Explore nimo daan para you know really ma-create na nimo ang theme, you can build your survey questionnaire based on the themes nga imuhang na develop from quali. Yes, PCA din ka. Okay? So, mura na no, ako lang isa yung mga definitions. Okay, para ma-compare na to ang tulo. Sa gito una, convergent parallel design, gi-independent nimo og kuan, dayon i-compare then interpret. Explanatory, quanti, quali, followed by quali, then I have pagka makakreate sa imong interpretation. But take note, in that case, malimit ra gyud siya because magdepende ra gyud kasi imong quantitative nga survey questionnaire. Unlike in exploratory, imo siyang i-explore daan ang imong study, then mag-thematic analysis ka dito, mo to based sa imong thematic analysis, i-build nimo imong quantitative nga survey questionnaire, then interpret. Masolidify pa nimo imong interpretation. Okay, that's the three nga ako introduce sa inyo ha. Kay taas pa kay itong the next nga mga kwan. It's very you can explore the next three, but if your research, no, if you would say that your research design, you will choose mixed methods, you can choose this three among these three. Kaya mo ni pinaka-common nga ginagamit and mo po ni siya ang usually publishable gid. Like possibility. Yes. Visit your research question. May mo siya, mabali na siya. Oh. Yes, mag-gather again og data. Both gyapon. Parallel magyapon siya. Both gyapon. At least you have already the idea para ma-align dito ang yes, reconduct lang siya. But mo na nakalisod, no? Kay you have to bakit ana sa imong kuan, you have advisor, okay, reconduct jud ka kay wala man oh. That is why I would suggest based on my experience, ang exploratory ang ginagamit yun usually karon. Oh. So kung mag-panel pod ko, ako gyud po na i-suggest ko. Kung mo convergent parallel, so be it. If you would like to do it that kind of research design, then it's up to the researcher. Because kamo magid ang mosunod. We're just an advisor is just guiding you on how to do with your research. Okay. So nga na no? At now na learn. Ana ra gina simplify ra ginato tanan ang mga lisod nga butang. Oh. So I guess you have already the idea on what research design would you like to employ on your proposal. Kaya naman may kuan unya. So may bawaan na nato later. Okay? So I guess that's all for this. Nilapas ba ko? Napas, no? Napas yun, eh. Yeah. So thank you so much and thank you for this opportunity to share with you.
Ayan, thank you so much, Dr. Alvicno, for presenting to us the different types of conducting mixed methods research design. So as a recap, we have first, convergent parallel design, explanatory sequential design, and then we have exploratory sequential design. So, namekos-mekos ba ang atong mga kuan? Ang atong mga understanding? I hope wala gyapon na siya. Although, yes, Sir Alvic, we have a question from our on-site participant po.
Actually, lagi na sa imo as a researcher. Kaya na mo limitation ang pagka-researcher nato. Yeah, if your coverage is only in that particular parameter, then pwede gid. Yes, oh. Yeah. Anyway, ano na lang, okay, para di mo taas na proba si sir. Just give me the three keywords. I will formulate your problem.
Our on-site participants sir, is very willing to engage and take an adventure in conducting mixed method research. Kaya na, mo kaya dyan ni Ma'am Jillian sir, mag-graduate this at the end of this school year. Ayan, so do we have another question from our online and on-site participants? PM. For free rabang consultation ni sir. Okay. So, yes, thank you so much, Dr. Alvic. No, we are honored for having you here this afternoon because somehow it shed light on our queries on how to conduct our study because maybe some of our advisors panel of our presenting our dissertation master's thesis, some of our panel would suggest that you should have do this for follow-up questions or interviews and another validation of the instrument and somehow suggest for a mixed method depending on the perseverance of the student. So kaya natin gawin ang mixed method na kahit magkamekos-mekos laban pa rin. Ayan, to give our appreciation po, Dr. Alvic, we present to you this plaque of recognition. May I request our Dean for Academics and the Hub and also our Head of the Publication, Research and Publication Office, Dr. Bermiso, ma'am, and Dr. Rene, for uh, okay. Plaque of recognition is given to Dr. Alvic A. Arnado for our research speaker in the conduct of the Research Mentoring and Data Analysis Bootcamp. February 11, 2024 at the Accreditation Room, AA Building here in Piño, Mindanao, signed by our Executive Director and Provost, Dr. Adeline Abrea. Yes, Dr. Alvic is one of our peer reviewer in our university journal. Thank you so much, sir. Ayan. Okay. So before we proceed to our last session, we will have a break for 5 minutes. because our next speaker will have to assemble his slides first. Ayan.